Our second recipient tonight is Ken Johnson. Ken is a faith-filled leader, that person who always sees the positive side of any issue, our biggest encourager, and our best cheerleader. Very proudly, Ken Johnson.
Ken, thank you for listening to the call to serve on St. Elizabeth's Catholic Charities Council, and thank you for saying yes.
Someone once told me that there are 3 types of leaders. There are doers, sustainers, and complainers. There has never been a doubt that Ken is a doer. I can think of so many meetings where Ken was the first to volunteer. Ken is always striving to make the organization the best that it can be.
Ken also chaired the advisory council for a record 5 years and served on the executive committee for 14 years.
Ken brought to St. Elizabeth great operational experience from both his hospital administration days and his National Guard leadership experience. At a time when St. Elizabeth was experiencing great growth, that was key to our success to this day.
Ken's commitment to the mission of St. Elizabeth is unwavering.
Ken's leadership and experience were critical in the agency obtaining and maintaining COA accreditation.
I had the pleasure of working with Ken on a really big undertaking of getting the organization COA accredited for the first time. Ken was astronomically helpful in making sure that we had all our T's crossed and our I's dotted, and we were able to pass our accreditation on the first pass.
As part of the COA accreditation, Ken was the founding chair of the Performance Quality Improvement, or PQI Committee, which developed metrics and a scorecard to help measure, track, and continuously improve the agency's performance.
Ken was the perfect person to head our Quality Improvement Committee, pointing out areas for improvement and always pushing us to be better.
So I think what makes Ken great is he is probably one of the kindest, most gentlest souls I've ever met. He had a really big passion for what we did at St. Elizabeth and was always just a phone call away.
As executive director, you're blessed when you have someone on your leadership team that you can think and talk out the really difficult decisions, and Ken is that person.
Ken has helped us navigate through difficult decisions, celebrate successes, and he has been a constant presence, helping wherever needed.
Ken brought a process-oriented leadership, but always remained the staff's biggest cheerleader.
I'm truly shocked when I was announced as the Spirit of Hope Award winner. I have the great fortune of working with most of the prior Spirit of Hope winners, and they are an unbelievable group. I love the dedication and commitment of the staff and volunteers. They are so focused on meeting the needs of those St. Elizabeth serves and will go to great lengths to ensure these clients are successful. To me, one of the most impressive things about the agency is that the services we offered when I first came on the council have changed to meet the identified needs of the community.
Congratulations, Ken, on the Spirit of Hope Award. You are so deserving.
Congratulations, Ken.
Ken, congratulations on this well-deserved award.
Congratulations, Ken, and thank you for all the work that you've done for St. E's.
Congratulations, Ken.
Ken, congratulations, and boiler up.
Thank you. I want to start out by thanking God for putting St. Elizabeth's into my life. I want to recognize the Archbishop and the Archdiocesan staff, especially David Bethurum and everybody at the Archdiocese Charities. They're always a phone call away and provide incredible support for us. I want to thank the deanery pastors. They're very supportive, always willing to help us get our name and mission in front of each of the parishes, and they also help us identify future needs in the community. The staff and the volunteers at St. Elizabeth's, they're the ones that really are, as Leah said, the spirit of hope. The residents and clients we serve wouldn't have a clue who I am or any of the other advisory council members are, but they do know the staff. They do know the difference those people make, the sacrifices they make, and the dedication they have. As far as the rest of the Spirit of Hope Award winners, the prior 16, as I said, I've been fortunate enough to work with most of them, and a comment I made earlier was, now I know how Christian Leitner felt when he was picked for the Dream Team. As far as the Advisory Council, they've always helped. It's such an unselfish and fantastic group of people. Derek made a comment at the reverse raffle when I was announced about congratulations, and I told him, you know, all of you guys are holding me up and helping push me forward as we go through this. I'd like to recognize my 3 children, Kate, Carrie, and Cameron, and let them know how proud I am of them. And they've helped whenever possible. I'd like to recognize my wife, Jean, who spent the past 43 years smoothing my rough edges. And I want to recognize the 2 people who helped push me into the direction I am and the person I've become. The first is my dad, Bobby Johnson. He always told me, work hard and leave things better than you found them. And the other one was my father-in-law, Tom Ransdell, who once told me having faith is important, but living that faith is where you make a difference. I hope they both be proud of what I've accomplished. Thank you.